using when they're doing live
streaming stuff. Yeah,
like Twitch and all that?
there's so many, but these guys recommended StreamYard. I said, all right, we're gonna rock with StreamYard. So we're live right now, but I'm gonna test to see the audio's working because I recorded somebody once. What?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
That's you. Yeah.
There was
There was a bit of a lag.
delay.
A bit of a lag.
Yeah.
Come on, technology's getting up there.
It's getting there.
It's getting there. Hi, good evening, and welcome to Bravery Healing Podcast, episode 13, I believe. Today I have with me Chase.
I'm Chase. Nice to meet you guys.
And I don't know much about Chase, but just the fact that he's an entrepreneur, he's a business owner, and he hustles. And then we said, why don't we sit down and talk?
Yeah, a little bit of
Sounds
everything.
like you take care of yourself, you're working on getting to know yourself. You are about that life. Seems like aligns with the themes of future Prak. And that's
Correct.
why we sit down.
Correct.
So, all right, Chase, go ahead and introduce, your bit.
Chase, I own a brand which is Noir Opulence. Our brand is built to build community and to build legacy. One of the things that kind of motivated me was when I was younger, all the parents, they always pushed all the kids to go to college, only get your degree in business, go do this. And I went to VCU and I have a marketing degree, but never used it. So it's like, as I've been throughout my time, I've gotten certifications. Now I work in tech. I've been at Amazon since last September. But I always felt like it was something missing.
Yeah.
And so I play flat. So initially started by developing jerseys and different logos for other teams. And I was like, I have fun doing this. And people like the logos and stuff I came up with.
Yeah.
I started noticing I would see my jerseys everywhere. And I was like, I wonder, I had a friend who got into clothing and I liked that. But for me, it was like, I had the fear of not finishing. And so I have always come up with, grand ideas and ways that I could not have to work for someone else.
Yeah.
In my mind, I always felt like, I'm working to build someone else's dream when I still have dreams that I haven't accomplished. But fearing the failure of not completing something, not the failure of a business failure, but just not taking it to the next steps was always what held me back. And so a friend of mine, a guy named James Hawkins, he started doing this thing called Walk with Hawks. And then when he had his son, he created a coloring book. And I saw him work on this coloring book all the time. And then when I saw him release it, I was like, and me and my ex-wife, we split. So my daughter, they're in two homes.
Okay.
They go back and forth between us. So, I got to thinking, I was like, I see, and plus I have friends who have children who may not be in two-parent households.
Mm-hmm.
And I see that a lot of times people struggle to talk to their kids about how they feel about living in two households, how they feel about their parents not being together.
Yeah.
So, it made me think of it. So I was like, maybe I can write something where I can do something to help with that. So I created an activity book. I sat down, used ChatGPT. I used different research that I found. I created the drawings, everything from scratch for myself. And I was able to complete this book. And not only complete that book, I created two others. And so that kind of gave me okay, I can finish something. I can really finish something. This is good. And it felt good. Where at work, it's like, I feel good at work, working with people, being able to help people, but essentially the role itself isn't always fulfilling. And then, you have a lot of bureaucracy within it that also brings you down within there. So, I didn't have my super happy place. And so I remember before I was at Amazon, the previous role I had to leave because I was so stressed at work that I had got shingles. And I talked to my doctor, he's like, this is open stuff. So I'm like, I'm not even, this was before, I wasn't even 40 at the time. And I'm like, I'm 30 something with shingles, this is crazy. So I immediately left that job. So, I'm thinking okay, well, I'll get fulfillment going with Amazon. Because one thing I do like about Amazon is that they do a lot of community outreach, and they allow you to go and serve other people who may not have people to guide them or help them, like
Yeah.
doing mentorship and things.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel okay. Well, this would be something I like. I can share my story because the industry that I work in isn't through my degree. I have certifications.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, I can help these kids understand, like, hey, you can get these certifications. You don't want to go to college, you can still do this.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
still take this class.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I found joy in that, but then like when we had to do return to office, when we just started making certain changes, it was like, yeah, this isn't. I don't feel it aligned with my spirit.
Okay.
Right. So that like I said, let me see what this clothing is like. With the same manufacturer do the jerseys. I went through ups and downs with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even with them messing up orders, me being able to get it to certain people and me see people with it,
Yeah.
it made me feel good. And I was
Yeah. Yeah.
this is good.
Yeah.
This is a good.
So you got your art side, and then so people can buy this stuff
Correct.
online
They
and
can
stuff.
go. They can go on our IG and our website.
Gotcha.
Our IG is going to be 1865 Noir, and our website is the same 1865 Noir.
Noir, like
Yeah.
like night, but in like Spanish.
Like black for it's black
Oh, yeah,
and
black.
it's black and French.
Yeah.
So my brand is Noir Opulence, which means black luxury. So like it's so many layers to it because like one part I wanted everybody to like I do feel like culturally we influence a lot of the fashion world, but we aren't giving the same credit. It's tied to just it's streetwear, and then streetwear is looked at it's not luxury or it's not elegant. When most of the people in the world you see are wearing streetwear. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, well I want to change the perception of streetwear.
So it's noir like opulence.
Noir opulence is black luxury. That's what it means.
So is it like business casual type of outfit?
So no, it's no business casual. It's still leisure wear.
Okay.
But what makes it luxury is the quality of the cloth.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like, look, so I want you to feel this.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's soft.
Yeah.
So it's like for me, that was the biggest thing. It was like I wanted my quality to speak more than the look of it. Okay. Yeah, I wanted the look to be unique and things, but I wanted the quality to speak first. I wanted people to think of people who look like me and the things that we produce as quality.
Yeah.
Less as, urban and tied to the things that aren't tied to upscale. So I was trying to, change that.
Yeah.
And so like as I went through the journey, I eventually found a great manufacturer and created my first real sweatsuit from going from dry fits to creating a sweatsuit.
Okay.
And my daughter, my oldest daughter, she has she's in shape, but she has a identity thing with her. And like, I was like, maybe I can create,
lady,
so I was like, well, maybe I can create something that would make her feel comfortable. And so like my first sweatsuit, I liked it, but I wasn't like, oh my God. But then when my daughter tried it on and she just was like so in love with it, actually I was making more for her and stuff like that, it felt even better. So it's like, I see people I know wearing it, but then when I see my daughter wearing it, which is for me, that's my harshest critic.
Okay.
Because kids are ruthless.
Okay.
If kids don't like something, they're gonna tell you. They'll be like, that's ugly.
Gotcha.
Correct. They're gonna be like, I'm not wearing that. You know what I'm saying? Or you'll give it to them, they'll be nice and you'll get on it.
Gotcha.
But I saw her actually wearing it, and my other daughter wanted it. My nieces and nephews, they wanted pieces. Like, hey, I like this thing. I was like, I'm enjoying. Other people will comment, oh, I like your design. I like what you're doing. It just gave kind of that reassurance.
Okay.
And that felt better, and it overshadowed me having any fears.
Okay.
So it's like where
I can complete now.
Correct.
That's
like
so
now
fast.
I know I can complete, and then from there, I had a little fear of it. Are people gonna like it?
Crap,
like that.
Yeah, another one. Yeah.
But once people like my daughters liked it, I was like, oh yeah, I know people will like it. Then other people are like, oh,
because it's like your work. Amazon representing Amazon, but when you're representing Noir,
yeah, you said it right.
Okay. So there's the artistic side of you, and then there's the business side of you, right? That makes you you. Which side of you do you feel like had stronger, and which side of you was kind of lagging, and you had to like put some discipline into it?
If I'm being honest,
because you have work experience that might help you, and you do flag football, so you already maybe have. You know how to put yourself in routine and maybe
But I say it's different. Like my artistic side is there. It just needed to be able to be shown. It's always been there. Cause like before this, I wrote poetry.
Yeah.
Like I do all type. Like I do photography.
Yeah.
So it's like I have this creative mind. It just I wasn't using it to make money for myself or provide a future for
never
myself.
thought, yeah.
I never thought about it in that way. You know, like even photography. People will ask me like, "Hey, well, would you do this shoot for me?" I'm like, "Nah," because I do like most things I like to do for fun. I don't like to do for money because then I would lose the enjoyment. You know what I mean? Like I did my first like shoot for someone, and they kept asking me about editing and doing all this other stuff. If I shoot, I still have thousands of photos that I've never.
Yeah.
Just because like I go do it for me and all other people.
Yeah.
So it's like yeah, I want to produce these things. I want you to want to come buy this from me. So yeah, I'm gonna be on top of it. So I have to say like it was the business. These are the SOPs. This is what we need done. This is how we need it done.
SOPs.
Yeah. So like like and I helped and I think my last two roles helped me because I had to create SOPs. Because I've been a project manager or scrum master. You know what I mean? So it's like I create the SOPs, but it was like creating SOPs for my own business was the struggle because no one's holding me accountable.
Yeah. Okay, so like these work experiences definitely help build that
Correct.
you're starting off, right?
Correct.
Say that to other entrepreneurs, to other dreamers, right? That sometimes it does pay off to work for somebody, some to put the hours in, because sometimes some things may not come. Like, does that make sense? Like,
I would say that it
teamwork, maybe like for me that was a big one. Like I didn't like teamwork, but then I had to read some books and then apply it.
So for teamwork though, I would say that in the corporate world, I can tell who never plays sports. Because when you play sports, you work on a team. You learn certain things.
Yeah.
So I would say
I did a cross country, so it wasn't really.
So it was like a solo thing for you. You know
Yeah.
You're a team, but you're trying to build points for your team, but no one's there with you to help you.
And I didn't know how to deal with the negative Nancy. That there's a whole bunch of books out there that will tell you how to.
But see, you learn all that. You learn all that playing sports. I think that what you learn working in corporate America, I ain't gonna say just working for somebody. Because if you're just working for somebody, that doesn't mean that you're gaining any like knowledge or any soft skills. Like because a lot of what goes into what I'm doing is soft skills, and people may not understand that concept or why soft skills are more important. Like being friendly, being patient, being understanding, being able to compromise. These are soft skills that people don't understand.
Being likable, that's a big one. That's a big one.
Because people don't realize they're not buying. Like my clothes are nice, yeah. I have unique designs, yeah. But people are buying me. They're buying who I am.
Right, yeah.
They buy the brand of who you are. So like recently, I took my daughters with me and I took my nephew with me to do a pop up that I did last weekend in Richmond. And a big part of what drove me was my nephew is 16 now, so he's at the age where he can work legally, and he applied for a few roles. He applied at one at Harris Teeter. They had him waiting outside, and then they ended up rescheduling. And that didn't sit well with me. And then he was just too excited about the role, and then how they treated him. It was just like I wanted him personally, because my daughters both are advanced placement. I feel like they're going to be super excellers in the world. I hope they own their own business, But I'm more so like, especially with him, I wanted to show him and show them what I'm doing, so they can see somebody going out to get it themselves. So they have that in them where, well, I don't want to work for somebody else. I can figure out something to do for myself and work for me. And the fulfillment you get from that is different. You know what I mean? Like I'm leaving an Amazon corporate. I don't work in Amazon delivering packages. I work in corporate. So I'm leaving an Amazon paycheck on the table to go out and venture. I'm taking this risk. I don't know how it's going to end up. You know what I mean? Like I hope it's going to end up where I'm wealthy and I can pass this on to my daughters. Like at the end of the day, like I said, I'm building legacy. So I'm trying to have something I can for them. You know what I mean? That they can take over and I can just be comfortable. But it is a risk.
Did you say a paycheck is You heard of that saying, right?
Yeah, because you get so used to it.
I mean, it does put a roof over your head. It surely does.
Yeah, yeah.
At some point, you have a game plan and you start steering the water on the other side for yourself.
You have to take the leap back.
How many years have you since you've taken the leap?
I just started last year, last September.
Okay.
And I'm leaving. Me leaving Amazon is recent. So I'm just like, I'm really on the, like, I've already started, you know, I would say, not, I ain't gonna say successful, but I've already started turning profit and figuring out ins and outs of what I need to do to make this grow and be sustainable with it.
So, like, what's your next summit? Or like in your mountain, you know?
So for me, it's just I want to raise my online presence as far as my online sales, because like I'm a hustler. I'm from Philly. Like I hustle. So like for me, I'm still out the trunk. You know what I mean? Like I sell online. Yeah, I go to pop up. But if somebody call me and like, hey, what you got on hand? Like I want to like, can I see what you? I'll pull up. Yeah. I got out of the trunk. Cool. Because I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to like get to the point where I don't have to sell hand to hand out the trunk. Yeah. You know what I mean? Where you go to the website or you come to my pop up. That's the only way you get me. Yeah. But I mean,
where can people find you? Like mainly in probably the East Coast area.
Yeah, mainly East Coast area. I ship everywhere, but they can find me in the East Coast area. But I mean, like I'm saying, I would stop doing out of the trunk, but
you never know,
the people person I am, I kind of like handing my stuff to people. Yeah. You know, because I like when they take it out and they feel it, and they're like, "Oh, this is soft." Yeah, it is soft. I took time to curate this. Yeah, like it's a piece of art. Like if you like on our tags, like our hang tags and our shirts, it says that this is wearable art.
I know, like I create journals and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I begin to think about the details, and so like you say hand tags and stuff. Yeah, those are the little details that you just, you love it. You know what I mean? So, you don't appreciate it when you're buying stuff at like Target, Walmart, whatever, Macy's. But when you are the ones who's signing it off, you're like, man, what's up? Yeah.
So I would say like someone working at 9 to 5, I would tell them to use it for what it is, which is to gain infrastructure identity. Yeah. Like to understand how things are organized.
Because there are pros to that. Definitely.
There are pros to it. Like I will say I learned how to organize certain things or how certain things should be ran and sticking to deadlines. Those are things that you learn while you're on there. Yeah. But I would say know that you're going in there for that reason, or knowing that you're going in there to have this paycheck be a sublimation for you being able to start your own business. Yeah. You want to use that to fund your dreams.
Otherwise, you build this resentment.
You stuck.
Yeah. Take that leap of faith.
You gotta take that leap of faith. Yeah. And I say, like, if I was to like give someone the best advice, and I wouldn't even say it's advice, because I mean, like, the best advice would be take the risk, because you got to take the risk in life. But
especially if it's like eating you up. Like,
if it's eating you up. But like one thing is like knowing. I think the best advice is knowing the game you're playing. That's number one.
Just like any sport.
Any sport, and within knowing the game, it's knowing when you have to play and when you shouldn't play. And what I mean by that is, there was a saying that someone told me. There was like, there was a teacher and a student. The student came to talk to the teacher about the program that they were on. And the teacher said, hold on, let me explain one thing to you about this game. He was like, look at this stick. He handed him a stick and showed it to him. He said, if you believe this stick is real, I'm gonna hit you with it. Mm. If you believe the stick is fake, I'm gonna hit you with it. So the student sat back and he's like, well, then what am I supposed to do? Either way, I'm gonna get hit. So the student sat back for a second, then he grabbed the stick and he broke it. So it's like you have to know when to play by the rules, when to break the rules. Sometimes the rules are in place to keep those who are afraid in place. Yeah. So, I would say take the risk and break the rules.
Yeah. As you get older, I feel like you appreciate rules. You're like, oh, is that what the rules are?
Yeah, but sometimes we get complacent with the rules. Yeah. Because, if you think about it, the people who are the wealthiest in this country are the people who break the rules the most.
Sometimes,
How they get to that point is breaking rules. And I don't mean by doing something illegal. No. I mean, but sometimes there's a standard, like even in fashion, right? They have a certain, it should look like this or be like this. Mm. No, you got to be a disruptor. Disruptors are
avant-garde, right?
Yeah.
You heard that one? Avant-garde.
Yeah, you have to. You know what I mean? So like that's what I would say to them. Know the game you're playing and know when to break the rule.
And then, how expensive is your stuff? Like, who can afford your stuff?
Everybody. I don't make stuff to get rich. Like though I want to get wealthy, I make things to community build. I want when someone's buying a piece from me to feel like they're buying into our community, like they're becoming a part of what we're building.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't even do bulk of anything. So like for me, I do a new drop every month. So what you see this month, if you don't get it,
special editions. That's
done.
it. Yeah.
It's done. If you don't get it this month, it's done.
Yeah.
Next month, it ain't there no more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I just want to when I see people with it, it's like, oh, you got that. And when somebody else see people with it, it's like, oh, you got that one. Oh, I got this one. Did you get this one? No, I missed that one. Oh, dang, look, like, this is coming. I want them to feel that community feel, and like feel like they're a part of something, because I feel like that's the people miss that when building legacy, that you need community to build it. You can't build it by yourself. Nothing in this world we can do by ourselves.
Yeah.
You need, even if it's just
Teamwork,
one
that's
person,
what,
you need someone. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm going through that now. Like I basically do everything myself.
Yeah.
But I'm always open to, you know, I meet new. I've met some young kids that are doing their brands, and it inspires me. I wish I would have did it younger, but I love it. And like when I talk to them about numbers, you know, I'll be like, hey, well, I have a manufacturer that can do this for you for lower and get you better quality.
Yeah, yeah.
Where some
That's
people
what you
would,
bring to the table. Yeah.
some people would gatekeep to try to keep these people and be like, nah, I'm not gonna share it. But me, I feel like there's enough money for all of us.
Don't you feel like that gatekeeping was kind of like previous, the generation of tradition, kind of, you know? But now it's more like.
In a sense, yeah.
But now everything's more open source.
I think we're trying to be more open source, but people are still gatekeeping.
What's that saying? You know, tide lifts all boats.
Oh yeah. Rising tides lift all boats. Yeah. But you got to look at it like some people still, like even with me, like I think the biggest part of the reason why I don't gatekeep is because when I first started, no one gave me but they didn't give me game. So when I meet people who are trying to either get in or already in, I don't mind.
Yeah.
Because it's like I said, it's enough money for everybody.
Yeah.
And what you're making has nothing to do with what I'm making. We can all create.
Precisely. Yeah.
It's how many musicians are there in the world?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and how many genres, how many moods, how many feelings? Yeah, yeah. You know, the gentlemen who run the Thursday Open Mic Lives, your social network, they're also about that. You know, just create a market for artists so we can meet each other. Because it does open the flow, and we can get, you know, we can learn from each other.
You learn from each other. You learn different things from each other.
And there is value in open source. Google is open source.
Google is open source. Yeah, I mean,
you know what? So
but people don't think like that. People think for self, because they feel like if they give you something, it's gonna take away from what they got. And I feel as though what God has for me, you can't take away. So I can give you
there's
everything
enough
in
for
the
all
world.
of us.
Yeah, God has something for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe He wanted me to give you this step so you can get to where He wants you to get to.
I think I agree with that.
So you know that why would I do? Why am I gonna stand in the way of what God brought you here to ask me?
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't be asking me
Yeah.
if God didn't want you here, because I would have never met you.
Yeah. Some of the teachings I put it on YouTube and, you know, TikTok, and it's free. But I just was like, you can't gatekeep that.
You can't gatekeep.
You gatekeep, not gatekeep, but from that something else will bloom, and that's where you generate.
Correct.
But there's some things you just gotta give, you know.
Yeah, that's
just like YouTube has given us, or StreamYard, or the internet, all this stuff. You know.
Well, that's what you see when my friends, when they were walking. I was like, hey, Boogie, look, come here, look. She does.
Yeah.
I could have just been like, nah, I'm not even gonna tell her.
Yeah, I like that too.
It takes nothing from me.
I'm about that life too, you know. You find, or like in neighborhoods where the parking is not really towed, you know. It's kind of like, yeah, you can park there. And so sometimes some people will be like, why would you, you know? I'm just like, because.
Be kind. It takes nothing from you to be kind. It takes nothing but to be kind.
That's kind of old, you know. That thinking is getting old. Let's make it old.
But that's because people are starting to learn that, like I said, if you want to build legacy, you got to start by building community.
Yeah. That's why the whole influence of the followers, you know, an influencer can't really influence unless they have followers. And that's why you have to be authentic and you have to be about.
That's another reason why I said I wanted my kids to see people buy you. They don't buy what you're selling.
No,
buy you.
It's your brand.
It's you. It's yourself. You know what I mean?
Because me personally, I know there are some things I don't like, Not because of the product, but because I don't like
that person.
And then
Yeah.
the other way, it applies for me as well. So yeah, it's who you are that makes your brand.
I agree. I agree.
Okay. Any last words? Where can okay? So the website would be up. Noah.
1865 Noir.
And 1865 is.
So it pays homage to my ancestors. It was the last year of slavery officially.
Okay.
It was when the last group of slaves found out that they were emancipated. Because in this
Is that
rural
due
part,
with like
Juneteenth,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
Juneteenth. It's basically paying ode to that.
Yeah.
Like, cause I always like again, in order for me to build a legacy, I gotta remember where I came from.
Yeah.
So I just try
That's
to
your
think.
conscious. That's their collective consciousness. That's where you came from. Yeah.
Yeah. So my last
Instead
words.
of holding yourself down, you're like shining with
I'm
spirit.
trying to shine with my ancestors. So my last thoughts or my advice would be, like I said, take the risk.
Yeah.
Know what game you're playing and when to break the rules.
Yeah. Good luck. Good luck.
Thank you. I appreciate
I'm so glad you took the leap.
Hey,
And I hope
I appreciate
and I hope
it.
you keep flying.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, sure.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Chase. Thank
Good
you.
night.
Thank you. Bye bye.
How was that?
Yeah.